There comes a moment in a man's life when he looks around and realizes that the world he once knew no longer feels the same. The noise is still there. The chaos has not disappeared. The world continues spinning with all its conflicts, pressures, temptations, and distractions. And yet somewhere deep inside, you feel a stillness that should not exist, a calm that seems unnatural for the storms you've survived, a silent confidence that you cannot fully explain to anyone, even if you tried. It's as if someone or something has been guiding you, protecting you, shaping you, without ever announcing its presence. You've walked through situations that should have broken you, and somehow you remained standing. You've lost people you thought you needed, only to discover that your life became more peaceful in their absence. You've made decisions that made no logical sense at the time, yet they ended up saving your future. And a question lingers in the back of your mind. Why do I feel like I'm being pushed, protected, and prepared, almost as if there's a higher order working behind the scenes? The Stoics believe that life is governed by a divine rationality, logos, a higher order that shapes those who are willing to walk through fire without losing themselves, a force that removes what weakens you, strengthens what remains, and shields what is meant for something greater. Today, we will uncover something most people overlook: 4 signs that you are not just surviving life, but you are being dangerously protected, refined, and strengthened by a higher power. If these signs appear in your life, understand this: your evolution has already begun. Sign 1. You stay calm in moments where you once would have broken. There are moments when life swings at you with full force: disappointment, disrespect, betrayal, pressure, uncertainty. In the past, you would have reacted instantly. You would have snapped, argued, defended, explained, justified, fought, or collapsed. But now, something is different. The trigger is still there, yet the reaction is gone. People attempt to provoke you, and your silence becomes louder than their anger. Chaos enters the room, but your heart does not rush to meet it. This shift is not accidental. It is the unmistakable mark of higher protection. Because when a man stops reacting emotionally, he becomes untouchable. Stoicism teaches that the man who rules himself cannot be ruled by anything outside him. Epictetus said it clearly: "No man is free who is not master of himself." This self-mastery is not just discipline, it is a shield. The emotional man is easy to manipulate. He is led by impulse, fear, ego, and the temporary opinions of others. But the disciplined man, he becomes dangerous, not because he is violent, but because nothing can pull him out of his center. Notice the difference. The emotional man reacts to everything. The disciplined man chooses his response. The emotional man explodes to prove a point. The disciplined man observes because he already knows the truth. The emotional man breaks under pressure. The disciplined man gets calmer. This calmness is spiritual armor. It means you're no longer living from your wounds, you're living from your wisdom. It means life has trained you, refined you, and placed a shield around your mind. People who try to provoke you suddenly feel insignificant. Situations that once felt catastrophic now feel temporary. You no longer chase explanations, arguments, or validation. Your peace has become your power. Your silence has become your response. Your calm has become your protection. When you reach this level of inner control, understand something. You didn't get here alone. Life pushed you into storms so you could learn stillness. The higher power didn't remove your battles. It made you stronger than the battle itself. This is the first sign. Sign 2. Solitude stops feeling like loneliness and starts feeling like preparation. There was a time when being alone felt heavy. You feared silence, you feared your own thoughts, you feared sitting with the parts of yourself you avoided. But something shifted. One day, solitude stopped feeling like punishment and started feeling like alignment. You no longer feel drained when you're away from the world. In fact, you feel sharper, clearer, more grounded, more connected to something deeper. This transition is not accidental. It's a sign of preparation. Life isolates the man it is about to transform. Every great thinker, warrior, philosopher, and leader went through a season of isolation. Because solitude is where illusions die and truth takes their place. Marcus Aurelius said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." When solitude becomes powerful instead of painful, it means you've reached that retreat. You begin to understand yourself without noise. You don't need crowds to feel alive. You don't need attention to feel worthy. You don't need constant stimulation to feel whole. Solitude gives you clarity, the kind that the world will never offer. You start seeing who is real and who is not. You start noticing what drains you and what strengthens you. You begin to prioritize peace over popularity. And most importantly, you stop negotiating your boundaries. This is spiritual preparation. Life separates you so you can hear direction more clearly. It removes distractions so you can see what truly matters. It quiets the world so your intuition can finally speak. When a man becomes comfortable in his own company, he becomes ungovernable. He is no longer desperate, no longer lost, no longer seeking external approval. Solitude becomes a training ground, a place where your mind sharpens, your vision strengthens, and your spirit aligns with a higher order. You are not being isolated, you are being prepared, you're being recalibrated, you are being transformed. And that is the second sign of divine protection. Sign 3. Provocation no longer controls you. There is a unique kind of strength that cannot be faked. The strength of remaining calm while someone is trying to pull chaos out of you. Most people react instantly when attacked. When insulted, they fight back. When challenged, they explain themselves. When provoked, they lose control. But when you are under higher protection, your reaction disappears. Your emotional sovereignty becomes unshakable. You respond with silence, not ego. You respond with awareness, not anger. You respond with strategy, not impulse. This is not weakness. This is dominance. This is power. Because the man who cannot be provoked cannot be defeated. He does not reveal his emotions to enemies. He does not give control of his mind to another person's temper. He does not allow external chaos to enter internal peace. Stoic philosophy teaches that your mind is your kingdom, and the only true enemy is the one who conquers your inner world. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you remain calm in the face of provocation, you are exercising the highest Stoic discipline, self-mastery. You are showing life itself that you are no longer moved by pettiness, noise, or emotional traps. Look around. The world is hyper-reactive. People argue over everything. People need to be right. People collapse under pressure. People can't handle disagreement. But you have become the opposite. A man who can look directly at disrespect and still maintain composure. A man who no longer responds to every opinion. A man who ignores battles that are beneath him. A man who knows his energy is currency and doesn't spend it cheaply. This is not just maturity. This is divine shielding. You are being protected from unnecessary conflict by being elevated above it. Life has raised your threshold for irritation. It has sharpened your emotional endurance. It has taught you to hold your power instead of scattering it. And here's the truth. When calmness becomes your default, people don't know how to control you. They cannot predict you. They cannot manipulate you. They cannot disturb you. Your calmness becomes a shield they cannot penetrate. Your restraint becomes a sword they cannot see. Your silence becomes a force they cannot understand. This is the third sign. You are operating under a higher power because your reactions no longer belong to the world, they belong to you. Sign 4. Losing people gives you more peace instead of more pain. This one is subtle, but it is one of the strongest signs of divine protection. At some point you start losing people, friends, partners, family members, acquaintances. People drift. People fade, people reveal themselves, and instead of feeling broken, you feel lighter. Relationships you once clung to now feel unnecessary. Conversations that once excited you now feel hollow. People you once trusted now feel misaligned. Drama that once consumed you now feels distant. When losing people brings you more peace than pain, understand this clearly. Life is protecting you. It is removing those who cannot go where you're going. It is clearing your path. It is creating space for better. Stoicism teaches that attachment is the root of suffering. Seneca wrote, "He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary." Most suffering comes from holding on to people who were never meant to stay. But when a higher power protects you, it removes those who threaten your growth long before you understand why. You begin to evolve into an untouchable man, a man who is no longer dependent on external validation. A man whose peace is non-negotiable. A man who outgrows environments that no longer nourish him. A man who seeks alignment over attachment. Losing people becomes a blessing disguised as loss. Your circle becomes smaller but stronger. Your heart becomes clearer. Your mind becomes quieter. Your path becomes straighter. This is divine isolation at work. The higher power is not taking people away from you. It is taking away distractions, temptations, misalignments, and threats to your purpose. Some people were removed because their energy would have corrupted yours. Some were removed because their presence would have slowed you down. Some were removed because their intentions were not pure. Some were removed because your spirit outgrew their frequency. When life starts subtracting, it is not punishing you, it is positioning you. You are being shaped into a stronger, sharper, more focused version of yourself. You are becoming the man who cannot be shaken, manipulated, drained, or derailed. That is the fourth sign. If these signs are appearing in your life, understand this. You are being refined for a higher purpose. Continue walking with calmness, discipline, and awareness. And if this message resonated, subscribe to Anonymous Achiever for more Stoic guidance on becoming the strongest version of yourself, internally and eternally.